And good to go. Right, welcome in everyone. 14 racing today, and let's go. Right, quick lobby check. Right, welcome. And we are ready to go in Canada. I am live, right? Hello, Lem. Nice to see you. Yep, up, Sauber. Hello, hello, hello. We're about to get racing. Sauber will take home 2 points today. Bet on it. You are the one racing in Sauber, and Daniel decided he doesn't want to race because he's too slow at the last possible second, so it will be just you. I got a feel for you sometimes. It's crazy. Imagine being too scared to race a lobby because they might be too fast for you. Right, short quali here in Montreal. This is a beautiful track IRL, great vibes, great weather, great racing. Yeah, I love Canada, and you've been to it in real life, so you get the best experience of it. So you went 2022, and then you went 2024 as well, so yeah, definitely seems like a great Grand Prix to go to. May need a few ponchos sometimes, because the weather does get unpredictable there, but it's overall a nice spectacle. Yeah, he's an American, but his home Grand Prix is essentially Montreal because of the way it's distanced. Three races attended, 3 Max wins. Are you accursed then? Do we have to make sure you don't attend so that Max Verstappen does not win? Is this what's going on here? Are you like a good luck charm for Red Bull? Exiting the pits first is going to be Sefer in the Mercedes. The game's carrying him at 48 miles an hour instead of 49. Now it's taking him up to 49. Don't know why that happened, but imagine they do the 1 mile an hour slower than the speed limit thing in the race. Surely has to cost you like a tenth or so. For you, it's better than some other drivers on the grid winning, but McLaren's your favourite. Right, so this current period must be a great time for you with Lando domination and Piastri masterclasses every week, except Singapore quali. But other than that, he's cooking. Zephyr's still the only one out on the track. Muta and Oliver have both left the pits now. Muta's doing his first run on the medium tyres, Zephyr on the soft tyres, and going in sector 2 at the moment through the third of 4 chicanes around this track. Ice Cream is gonna get guilt tripped into signing Lem. Look at that. Closing in on it. 2 members of the Regime Racing, 2 Aston Martin, 1 an ex-Regime driver in the form of Hessam. Always does strongly in quali, but has a tendency to drop off in the races. As seen a lot of times this season, with a textbook example being at Las Vegas, where hit a lot of trouble and botched his strategy and took himself out of contention for the win, where he'd have really been in the fight for it. Ice Cream saying all your signings or all your singing has been really good. Both of them could be valid definitions. Sefer now, DRS enabled for the second time in the lap, taking it not flat, but taking it to the limit through the third chicane, and now to the hairpin and the Lem grandstand where he watched the race from, through the hairpin third gear. You don't want to get too close to that wall actually. It doesn't gain you the time that going close to the wall at many other tracks would do. But he's now out of battery long before the final chicane, which is going to hurt his run to the line absolutely. But this is the longest straight on the track and you need the grip for it, and he has invalidated. Hypochondriac's in the middle sector at the moment, Angie in the first sector. Oliver to cross the line first and goes quickest with a 109.7. And the next one to cross the line will in fact be that V-carb of Hypochondriac. Or Dexify? No, it's Vexen actually. Vexen next across the line. This chicane is really good at catching drivers out, and that's another victim of it. Both members of the regime there hitting the wall and track limits at the wall. So neither of them are going to get valid first runs in. And the next one to cross the line will finally be Hypochondriac through the final chicane. This time he keeps it valid, but he's appearing to be on a warm-up lap. Destroy Drac will be the one to cross the line, and Destroy Drac goes P3, and Trixie now managing the battery pretty much perfectly, and out of the final corner, beautiful run through the wall of champions, and Trixie up to second place, a possible contender to become a champion this season, and he's taking that pretty well. But Oliver's time of a 109.7 still staying strong at the front. That's probably gone against the script there. Angie in the first sector once more. Is he going on another lap? He might be on the same set of tyres. He must have backed out of the previous one really early for that to be the case. All your drivers have had podiums, and then we have you who let Hessam go. The favourite for pole. Hessam is a favourite for pole. Doesn't mean he's a favourite for the win. And I'd say that Vexen was a brilliant signing. Surely you can't turn that down. You wouldn't turn it down, would you? Or Dexify Max oversteer out of the last corner. So it will be Phoenix to cross the line, and Phoenix is on a prep lap. No one is out on the track on a hot lap at the moment, so it's looking like a pretty quiet first set of runs so far. Apollo car stuck on track right outside pit exit, ghosted. Oh shit. Yeah, the game does that sometimes. Right, there's another set of invites. And Phoenix is now on his proper push lap. As into the chicane down to 4th gear. Takes it nicely to the limit. Gently riding that car across the curbs, but not the sausage one. Towards the Lem grandstand he faces, and he misses that apex pretty wildly. 1.5 tenths up, but he lost a huge amount of time at the hairpin. And it won't be good for his momentum now. Out of the hairpin and towards the wall of champions. The longest straight on the track, and the 3rd time you open DRS during the lap. Technically it's 4 times, because you open it once at the start of the lap just before you start it, and then 1 at the end of the lap, so it sort of crosses over. The Lem grandstand is what we call it now, in honor of yourself. Maybe Saudi Arabia turn 1 needs to be a diamonds corner, because I walked it and I stood in the sausage curb. The sausage curb is tall. Oh, there's Apollo Man. He's just stuck there. Yeah, I don't know what the game is doing to him. I don't know, like... Oh, big oversteer from Carl once more. As this is on a used set of tyres, so in the first sector... Oh, he's stuck on that curb again, and he's really having a rough time of it. The carb of Kyle having a very difficult time. And as the runs keep popping in, as Lem has rightly pointed out, Oliver's initial run is looking more and more impressive of a 109.7. Could he be the favourite for pole? We'll see, but this was certainly not in the script for today's race. Oliver, traditionally a midfield, upper midfield driver, sort of in the Lem position, really. He's decided to absolutely turn it up today. Turn it up to 11, and has pole position ahead of Truxie, ahead of Hessam. Really upsetting quite a few favourites there. We'll watch our Webb's sector 2 develop. Oh, he's wide at the hairpin again. And maybe this is tactical because it is our Webb, and when a faster driver goes deep like that, you have to think maybe there's a strategy around it. Less likely to be a mistake when it's our Webb. But now across the chicane we go, riding it to the wall pretty much on the limit. And P3 for our Webb. He can't beat Oliver's pole time. Yeah, Lem saying, respect to Oliver, he's held steady 1 position ahead of me all season in standings. Yeah, with 2 rounds to go, you guys are rivals, close rivals, and he's put himself in clear daylight ahead of you for the moment, with a very good starter lap. Angie runs out of battery before we get to the chicane, and out of the final corner. What a way to take the Wall of Champions there. That was absolutely set to the limit. And he's only P8. Whoa. I did not expect that. We have a very slow Williams out here. Whew. This is uncharacteristic. Montreal is bringing up a few surprises here. And now Kyle is up on his time. But he's still so slow. A 112. Even on used tyres, that is pretty awful. You didn't get turn 1 curb. And that explains some of it. Steffer now in P12 because he hasn't done a lap yet. 19.1, slight lock up on the tyres. and it looks like he's having a pretty rough day of it. Me on a shitty hot lap, says Lem. Okay, when you next leave the pits, we shall watch your shitty hot lap. Well, you came into this race a bit worried about how competitive you would be. So far, I'd say that's a pretty solid banker. Now, Sepher into the hairpin, locks it again, but he could get a slipstream off this other car. It's an Aston Martin, and it's doing him a great service at the moment. Hessam and Sepher. Hessam out of the way now. Hessam's just on his outlap, and Sepher is now all the way to the line. What's his time gonna be? And he goes pole by 7/10. What? 7/10 of a second. That came out of nowhere. We watched the lap of Sepher. It didn't look particularly magnificent through some of those corners, but he's put himself 7/10 clear. A slipstream does not do that much for you. It's surely 3-4 tenths up maximum. And I'm calling him a D0 driver. Sepher's unlocked a new level of pace that has put him 7/10 clear of the field. This is open run domination like we haven't seen from anyone in D3. Hessam on his opening lap as he's trying to improve on a 109.7, but he's invalid and his lap's gone. So, Trixie improves, but he's half a second away from Sepher. What a first lap from Sepher that was! Now, let's watch Lem. Oh wait, oh yeah, Ice Cream said that. Oops. Ice Cream called him a D0 driver. That's a great lap. How? Not Lem. Is that... Did Lem back out of it? I think he did. Sorry, I got too used to Lem chatting. Right. Wait, no. There's no way to do that. So, Lem will go for another lap. He'll be stopped. Try not to impede anyone. It's just about. And we're riding it to the limit now. 2.5 tenths up as we head into the hairpin. And now, out of the corner. Apollo Man back in the session. And R-Web now has but one corner left to negotiate, which he does pretty smoothly. And up to the line now. What does the time tell him? 3 tenths off of Sepher still. Oh, this is certainly magnificent. Hessam now. He'll be the next one to try beat that pole time. This reminds me of Hamilton in Singapore with this level of domination from someone you didn't expect. Hessam, 4 tenths down, so he's not really got a lap or battery to do anything. Hypochondriac is invalid, but I think he's starting his lap valid. And from P7, let's see what he can do on his run. Short shifting out of the first corners. And now you have a downhill sweeper, right, left, high speed through the chicane. The wall on the exit really wants to kiss you. It wants to give you... No, I'm not saying that. It wants to hit... No. Basically, you have to get close to the wall without touching it. And the wall very much beckons you to end up in the barriers. Riding the sausage curb pretty smoothly there. And down towards the hairpin where we see many drivers go deep. This may be a tactic now, but this time he gets it right well to the apex and well to the exit. Looked like a very hooked up hairpin, as he now has but 35% battery left to try burn a little bit of overtake to keep the top speed up without the engine derating. And now through the final chicane, this is looking like a much better lap for Hypochondriac. And in that V-carb, he'll be able to get himself to the line. But it's only a 1/10 improvement, and he keeps position. So, Lem is now on overtake mode for no reason. He's out of fuel, I think, yeah. He's just coasting back to the pits as slow as he dares. As fast as he can, but as slow as he is. Now we have Carl struggling once again around the walls of Canada. As 1 second up on his time, but this is highly unimpressive. He's on a lot of battery, and he's frankly embarrassing himself out there right now. You didn't leave enough time. I think you did. It's a very, very short lap. You'll have enough time. Dexify now through the last corners. He's invalid again, and he is going to be pissed off with himself that he's essentially starting last now. Apollo Man's still in, unable to do anything out on the track. Okay. Now, looking at who do we want to look at? There's no one to look at right now. They're all on outlaps. Muta's just trying to get out of the way of drivers, but they're all on outlaps, so I don't see the panic for him. They're all past him now. So now it's an absolute stampede on the racetrack to try take a bit of track position or take a bit of slipstream. Depends what's your cherry. It is short quali. It's 14 drivers, so it is short quali. As Trixie now out of the last corners, they're still way off the Cepha pole lap, but I suspect we're going to see some big improvements here now that we have drivers all reared up for their final run. And the first one to contend it will be McLaren's Trixie, now riding it to the limit through the 3-4 chicane. Apollo Man is the distraction they're all going to have to bear with for the moment, and 400's up for now. It's not a big improvement on the time he needs to try topple the mighty lap of Cepha. Trixie now going into the third chicane of the lap, rides it nicely to the wall on the left, the wall on the right, wants to get that rear tyres, front tyres on the right hand side claim, but can't do that. And now 2/10 up, and it's going to have to be a miracle in the final sector for Trixie to get anything out of this lap. Cepha's not improving for the moment, 0.06 of a second down, but only one man to watch for now. The stage is set for Trixie alone to take the mic, as out of the final chicane now. What's the time he will present to us? Hits the wall a bit, doesn't have a lot of battery left to the line, and it's front row for Trixie at the moment. No pole position for him. Cepha is now still there. Fexin crosses the line, can't improve. Oliver crosses the line, he's invalidated, and Cepha's the next one to cross the line. Is he going to take that mighty pole time even further away from the rest of the field? He can't. Cepha can't do it. Looks like his original time is the one he has to try hold on with. And we have an Aston Martin of Hessam trying... Oh, he's in the wall! Hessam's crashed! Hessam's crashed right at the final corner on his final run. And Hessam will not be improving now. Webb goes pole! Webb has stolen it from Cepha right to the death. Webb has clutched up and taken pole off of Cepha after a very mighty banker lap from Cepha. Webb has just about beaten it, with Trixie starting in third, Angie starting in fourth, Destroyer Drax starting in fifth, and Oliver, having set a very good first time, couldn't really improve on it. Hessam in P7, having crashed into the walls on his final tour. Hypochondriac P8, Fexin P9, Muta P10, Lem in 11th, then it's Phoenix, then it's Kyle, and then it's Apollo Man. But what a final lap that was from Webb. And I thought that that pole time might have a chance of standing, but Webb has clutched right at the death. These pole times are amazing. Wow. 109s in D3. That was crazy. Yeah, Hessam crashing late on, and then you say why I swapped him. Webb on pole position for the Canadian Grand Prix. Angie lost a lot of time. If Sefer disconnected, he's not taking the start, is he? Lot of talking points from Quali. Now let's see how all of it transpires in the race. Webb will have a guaranteed pole kept because Sefer will not be taking the start and the way he wants to, so Webb's safe on pole for the moment. I've given Sefer as many invites as possible. But looks like for the start, it is Webb on pole with an easy defense to turn one. And away we go in Montreal. Webb gets away well. Trixie immediately up to second place as expected. But Trixie challenging for the lead. Immediate lead and takes the lead. Looks like there was a bit of team play there. I don't think Webb could have gotten that bad of a start on his own. Destroy Drac up to P4 and McLaren leads the race. And might Webb want to just hold on and try defend against Angie? Sefer setting a fastest lap of 2.4 seconds. I'm not sure how inclined I am to believe that. But Sefer dropping down the order still. I thought he was back in the session. I mean, his fuel looks alright. Does he not have a setup? He should. Now Trixie and Webb's fuel are both really, really low. So is Angie's. And Angie now down the inside on the hard tyres. Webb also on the hard tyres. Trixie is the only one on mediums. And Trixie is starting to pull away now. Seth has had a horror start. And Lem has also. Now, possible race strategies. Hards and mediums are the only ways to go. You're not using soft tyres in this race. as now Trixie completes the first lap with R-Web in hot pursuit. I thought it might be a chance of him giving this up for him, but looks like he's not going to. He's going to try keep him in the fight. Now, they have not pulled away from the rest of the field. The rest of the field are following in the hot pursuit. We have 9 cars in DRS range, and Apollo Man is the only one who is not in DRS at the moment. We are on lap 2, and 11th place Phoenix has already got 3 seconds. Angie closing up to R-Web now. Closing speed. As not yet a move possible. Angie now. He's got the slipstream. Will he get the DRS? Yes, but so does R-Web. And Trixie services him with the rear wing open. Hessam gets past Oliver. As Hessam might make a double move on Hypochondriac too if he's close enough, but he's not quite close enough, and Oliver almost loses it, and Fexen might be able to sniff a chance at P7 now that Oliver has made a mistake, and it's going to have to be late braking into turn 1, and it is late, and it is great, and it is convicted smoothly. Fexen side by side with Oliver still, but he'll get the traction drive, and he'll get that position. P7 in the race for Fexen. Cut across the chicane. Hypochondriac rejoined safely. And now he's down to P8. He's lost a couple places there. And Fexen now up to P6. Hessam up to P5. But struggling to stay in DRS at the moment. Just about hanging on within DRS range. As Trixie in P1 of the race is being hunted down by R-Web. He's given it everything he's got to try and get as close to Trixie as possible. But now he's not really releasing that brake as hard as I thought he would. Angie on full battery. Surely he has to start using some of it. He's just camped up behind. R-Web now getting the DRS open. Gaining to the McLaren, but staying out of the slipstream because he just wants to keep him in the lead. Destroy Drac is the one now. Struggling to stay within DRS. As Hessam already on the 3-second pen. Now closes to the McLaren. Closing. No move available, and the 3-car fight now has really transpired at the front. Trixie, R-Web and Angie are now all in the fight for P1. Destroyer Drac 1.5 seconds behind. Under massive pressure from Hessam in the Aston Martin. Hessam now getting the toe. Getting the DRS, but no move available. His best opportunity is to go for a move into the hairpin and then pull away. So, let's see. I'd go for a move into the hairpin if I were him, but he's not going to do it. He's too far back at the moment. Braking late, and now he gets the traction absolutely spot on. He's right on the gearbox of Destroyer Drac, and now doesn't even need slipstream. Flies by, easy drive-by pass, but Fexen is the key man to look out for because he's getting closer and a double pass could be possible. It's a double DRS dose here, so you are going to get another chance, and Fexen is going to try and get Destroyer Drac, who isn't defending this. Fexen attacks, and Fexen going down the inside, just like he did on Oliver the previous lap, but this time he's a little further back, and this time he gets the traction, but Destroyer Drac gets it even better, and Destroyer Drac is defending for his life and manages to stay ahead of Fexen, but in doing so, Hessam has pulled away from this fight, which will allow Fexen a little bit of an easier time in passing Destroyer Drac, but a harder time in closing up to Hessam. Destroyer Drac going as slow as he dares through the chicane to try hold up Fexen. Fexen now won't go down the inside there. He has to be patient and wait for the move that will inevitably transpire, going into the hairpin potentially. Is he going to go for it? No, not yet. He's waiting his time patiently. Takes to the middle of the track just to keep out of any possible dirty air on the braking. As now Fexen gets the DRS open, and it's going to be an easy slam dunk pass. And we're going to watch Oliver to see if he can capitalise. Oliver closing. As in the lead of the race, we've also had Angie pass R-Web for the lead, as Fexen does get past Destroyer Drac, and Oliver also passes Destroyer Drac. Hypochondriac might make it 3 cars to pass Destroyer Drac. Side by side into turn 1. Destroyer Drac and Hypochondriac now out of the first chicane, and Kyle is out. He's quitting the pit lane as Destroyer Drac's down to P8. McLaren and Papaya are having a pretty poor day with their number 2 driver. Fexing on the hard tyres. He is in a very good stint. So is Angie. So is Arweb. They're all keeping up with Tripsy at the moment, and that's the big key. Zephyr still down in P11, but a move on Apollo Man has to be coming soon. And now he does get that move done. And he's now got time to chase after Muta. Arweb side by side with Angie. Arweb ghosts even. Is he disconnected? Angie's got damage. Angie's got damage on the wing. So something's gone wrong for the Williams there. And we might see it in the incidents page afterwards. But that wing damage is going to be so costly to Angie. Arweb pulls back ahead of Angie, who now locks up into the chicane, and he's losing time, he's losing grip. And Fexhead is now all over the gearbox of Hessam. Hessam's on the mediums, but they're already starting to drop off as Fexhead now gets the rear wing all the way open, and Oliver is losing so much speed. What is happening to Oliver? He just braked on the straight. He's losing so much speed. And I don't know what's happened to Oliver, but he's just so slow. He's closing again, but you already lost the places. Hypochondriac up to P8, Muta up to P7, having a good day out there. Hypochondriac, 3 seconds. Apollo Man also 3 seconds. Phoenix past Apollo Man. Apollo Man has spun into the runoff area, and now he'll be joined by Lemon at the back. Is Lemon, and is he got a damaged wing or what? Nope, his wing looks okay. Something, I don't know, just a skill issue, I propose. Now, Arweb gets the rear wing open this time. This time it's slam dunk, and this time Arweb takes the lead of the race. Fexen also passed Hassam, another slam dunk move. We see quite a few of these into the chicane in Canada. Very hard to go side by side. Hassam with another pen. Arweb with a track limits pen, more crucially. So, let's just get a screenshot. There we go. Phoenix gets a 3-second pen for warnings. Now, looking at Apollo Man has quit in the pit lane. Lemon needs a new wing potentially, or is he doing this strategically? Right, Lemon's boxed early strategically. And Apollo Man has quit. They didn't change it, damn it. No, didn't mean that. How did you hit someone, or how did you damage it? Was it contact, or was it just a self-mistake? But anyway, you're still getting points for P12, so you might as well coast around and get 1 point for Sauber. And if anyone DNFs, you'll get that 2-point objective. Fex in 3 seconds now. Self-inflicted and contact. Okay. Right. We may see it in the instance page afterwards. Don't know. Depends on how the contact happened. Arweb in the lead. Trixie in second. Appears to be a role reversal. You and Carl. Ah, okay. Oh, it's unfortunate. Oh, big snap of oversteer. And now might have to go defensive, but he won't because they're teammates. But Angie lurks close. He won't be close enough now that he's had a huge amount of stoppage. But Arweb and Truxie will be under pressure. The overcut will be very, very potent. Trixie will get the undercut, but it's not very potent if he's already just stuck with these hard runners. Hessam, another pen. This is starting to get a bit embarrassing. Is Lemon about to be lapped? Close to it. Ugh. Hassam now stuck behind his teammate Muta. Oliver P8 firmly in the midfield fight. Lem has to do everything he can to not be lapped, because if he's lapped, a safety car won't save him then. And now Angie with a nice switch back on Trixie. Oh, I'm starting to pull away into the win, as he has the 3-second pen though, so it's all going to come down to a oh, dangerous in the braking zone, and Angie has to take to the runoff area. Trixie might end up in a spot of bother over it. Okay. Now we see Angie, he's not going to try and move this lap into that chicane. We're about a third of the way into the race now. And so far my verdict is it's been pretty clean so far. It's pretty much a very smooth running race. No safety cars, VSCs or anything. So, looks very much alright. Zephyr now makes the move on Oliver as Lemon, pen for warnings. The leaders will surely be thinking of boxing if you're on the mediums now. The optimal stop. Oh, crash, crash, crash. Yeah, we have. VSC, VSC. And now, this gives Destroy Drac a great chance to get back in the race, because he was in massive trouble with his fuel. Right, now if you're on the mediums, this is a great chance to box. And hard runners are going to be screwed up here. Trixie pits. Well, this now entirely depends on if he hits traffic, because this is basically at his pit stop window. Why the hell didn't Zephyr... Oh wait, no, he's on the hards. Why the hell didn't Hessam box? He's on the mediums. It's such an obvious stop to make. Virtual safety car ending, and away we go for green flag running. And Trixie now has 3.5 seconds of clean air before he gets to Sephiroth. And look who's popped up on the scene. Fexen is suddenly in a fight that I did not expect him to be in. 1 second separates him and Angie. Phoenix retires in the pits. Fexen now in DRS range of Angie. Angie has really let R-Web get away here. Watching Hessam, watching Muta. Phoenix left the session. Destroy Drax still in trouble with his fuel. He didn't even fix it. As R-Web now starts to pull away, 2.1 seconds clear. What could be better than a race that so far has gone nice and cleanly for pretty much the whole field? Hessam, another pen, and he's hit the wall, and that could be damage. Nah, I think he got away with it. But his teammate has been doing a great job of holding him up so far. Hessam not really able to pass him. Diamonds, why you breathe like that? Okay, ice cream. Basically, I had some hot pasta just now, and it's very hot, so... and spicy. Yeah, Hessam collecting pens as usual. What's he at? 12 seconds. That's a mockery. Fexen closes. And can't get a move done. I've also got hiccups off that. And I've still got the sore throat. But you know, we never quit the comms. Fexen down the inside. He's gonna try. Oh, he's made contact. Oh, he's just about gotten away with that one. No consequence to punish, but wow, did that get close. Hypochondriac. Oh, Hessam. Hessam's bungled the strategy. He's pitted like 2 laps after a VSC. What is he doing? Whew. Down to P9 now. He's just thrown away like 10 seconds of race time. Huh. Now, Angie can't catch R-Web. R-Web is quicker than Angie at the moment. Fexen now looks to seal the deal with this Williams. Angie has a lot of battery though, so if Fexen passes, it won't be too hard to repass. Angie now is going to get out of the way completely. Let Fexen go. Concede the racing lineup, and Angie's damage wing is not going to be of much service. Whew. Fexen passing, and it's 2.7 now, the gap between Fexen and R-Web. Sepha has put on 0 fight to Trixie. Sepha probably got a track limit there. Muta now boxes. Box, Aston Martin. Trixie sets fastest lap of the race, 11.6. A destroyed rack will let him through. And Angie, Fexen, R-Web, they're not going to catch him at this rate. I think Trixie has got the race win nicely secured by that VSC. I had that, where a guy got a race win nicely secured by an untimed VSC that only helped the medium runners. I had that too in a recent race, so looks like they're quite relatable out here. Muta now in P8, Hessam slots in just behind him in P9. 1/10 of a second separating the two Aston Martins. Hessam's tyres are warmed up, Muta's are not. Now, are we going to see any sort of cooperation between them? I would like to think so, but I don't have much expectation for it. Angie passing Hessam, Fexen, and Angie passing him all the way into the pit lane. As Fexen gets another pen for warnings, and Angie slots into his pit box very, very solidly. That was definitely a good time to pit. Now, onto the medium tyres going the Williams. Hypochondriac just behind him. It's going to be close between Angie and Hypochondriac. Who's going to come out in front? And Angie just about gets ahead of the V-Carb. Now the gap between Trixie and Angie is 8 seconds. That's a lot of race time that the VSC has helped Trixie gain. So it's pretty clear, obvious, that Red Bull really helped McLaren today by giving Trixie that free stop under the VSC. Cheap stop, not a free stop, but cheap stop. Angie did not change the wing. That is a very curious decision with how many laps left in the race and how much you depend on downforce at this track. Not changing the wing is a very, very questionable decision. McLaren secretly owns Red Bull. It's Crashgate. Okay, we can investigate and give you another ban for it, you know. I think we should ban ice cream. That's what we should do. And Hessam now, trying to go around the outside of his teammate. Easy move. Muta does not fight this one, but he has been known to fight the others, so it's not always a given. And now the gaps are nicely spread out, that all we have to wait for is the pit stops of the hard runners to the medium runners. And Arweb is continuing to stretch away from Fexin. Arweb and Trixie looks like they're the ones with the race in the bag. Angie has damage to the wing. It's quite visible on this shot. Look, right hand side, and boom. Maybe not as obvious, maybe here. Nope, the smoke covered it. Now it's obvious. Boom. Damage to the Williams. And now Oliver is about to pass Muta, and Muta goes over the chicane, and Oliver gets the move done. But what he has done is give DRS to the Aston Martin. And Oliver's on much older... Oh my god, he's almost killed him! Whoa, that got so close. He absolutely just forgot to brake there. That got so close to absolutely collecting up Oliver. Whoa. That is very, very close, and he's very lucky to have gotten out of that one. Now, the hard runners have gone really long here, as Destroy Drac still in trouble with his fuel and having a big slide out of the second chicane. Short straight keeps himself in DRS range of Fexin, but I don't think his fuel is going to make it to the end of the race. He has to start. His fuel is out of control completely. He appears to be what is this? He's like minus 0.6 under. He just does not care. Look at that. He's so under his fuel. He's totally screwed. Fexin's 3 to the good. Arweb into the box. And is Fexin following? No, he's not. He's going out for another lap. And Destroyer Drac has got past him because Fexin made a mistake. He's at the wall. Does he have damage? I don't think so. I think he got away with that one. But it is Arweb onto the mediums. And now we can see what is the pace difference between mediums and hards. Angie is now undercut Arweb. Had Seppa. Now boxes. Wait, was that a wing change? Probably. It was a pretty slow stop. Muta stopped again. Did he have to change a wing? Either way, he is now down in the dumps, so to speak. So, Lamb now slowing into the hairpin. Had Fexin and Destroy Drac swap places for the lead. Destroy Drac still in trouble with his fuel. Now, this would be a very good time for Fexin to box if he wants to. Imagine they both break super late into the pit lane. Imagine what we can see here. Fexin has DRS, and he's giving him a little flex. Is he going to come in? No, he's not. He's staying out again. And so is Destroy Drac. They're both goal hanging for a safety car, it appears. As Trixie is now only 4 seconds behind Fexin. Really brought this gap down, as Arweb is going to surely bring the gap down to Angie. Fexin still in net P4. Hypochondriac may have to stop again. Hassam had a really good chance to challenge for the win, but he threw it away on his own, so he won't be getting that chance now. Destroyer Drac is almost falling out of DRS to Fexin. Eventually someone's going to have to tell him that it's time to look after the fuel situation. And where's our pen collector at? 21 seconds. That's more than a pit stop's worth of time penalties that Hassam has acquired during this race. Can't take him seriously anymore. He's a banter driver. As Destroyer Drac now gaining, and they both come into the pit lane together, and both of them hit their marks. Are we going to see any swaps in the pits? So, Fexin gets to work at the Mercedes pit crew, and Destroyer Drac gets to work in the McLaren pit crew, and the gap emerges wider than it was before the stops Fexin actually gained in the pit lane to Destroyer Drac. And now we look to where Hassam filters out, just behind them both. But Hypochondriac gets out ahead of both, but with 9 lap mediums compared to completely fresh mediums. It's surely not even going to be a contest unless anything major happens between them. Now, Hypochondriac, absolutely no grip aboard the V-Carb, and it will be a straight slam dunk pass for Fexin. Now, how quickly can Destroyer Drac copy the same move? That is potentially a race decider. Fexin's been undercut massively there. Anki and Arweb really stuck an undercut to him. As now into the hairpin. Hypochondriac goes a bit wide. Destroyer Drac will get the drive, get the traction, get the slipstream. Both of them will have DRS, so but it will be slam dunk. Hypochondriac can do nothing about it, and now sailing past should be Destroyer Drac, but Hypochondriac is going to try fight back, and he does. Straight line speed right at the end of the straight really came in clutch for him, and he still hangs on as best he can. But Destroyer Drac down the outside, down the inside, as now Hypochondriac still fighting this back. Old tyres brand new, slight wheel bang, but it's hard racing, and Destroyer Drac finally gets past the V-Carb. He fought this as hard as he could. Mercedes owns V-Carb. Ice cream. And now Destroyer Drac is not within DRS range of Fexin. Hypochondriac, it would be quicker to stop again. You're going to puncture at this rate. And Arweb is slowly bringing the gap down to Angie. It was 1.5, now it's 1.1. And they're both pretty much driving at full capability to try just about cling himself into DRS. But it's not happening for him at the moment. Now, Arweb not within DRS range yet. I'll tell you what scenario. For fun! Have a bit of fun, you know? Just fight that McLaren on fresh tyres that you're not racing. Just have a bit of fun. And it's funny to piss off Ice Cream. Destroyer Hypochondriac goes wide again. Hassam is going to be the next guy to score a slam dunk. Oh, Hassam drifting. Hassam still not really getting that close to Hypochondriac at the moment. Now into the hairpin we plunge. Hassam, Hypochondriac, now P6, P7 between them. Hassam gets the slipstream, and Hassam makes a pass that Hypochondriac cannot fight back for. But he is going to go into the pit lane, so he has given up on that. He realises his tyres are going to puncture. Now Hassam's time pens sit at 24 seconds. Fexin is stretching away from Destroyer Drac. This is going to be critical for his race if he wants any hopes of taking a P4 finish. R-Web with the time pens, but also with the superior car speed, and into the hairpins, the best place to make a move. He needs to go for it, he needs to go for it, he goes for it, he said, as I said, he did as I said, and R-Web goes for the move in the hairpin, and will now get a double dose of the DRS while being the car ahead, to now take his Haas up to second place, and deprive Williams of 3 points. No, wait, 4 points, down from 19 to... no, 3 points, down from 19 to 16. Point system works slightly differently to real life here. Blue flags are waving for Lem. Oh, poor Lem. Oh, poor Lem. It's over. It's Jover. It's Lem over. It's Lover. It's a lover. Destroy Drac. Still in trouble with this fuel. That's why he's losing so much time. And Ice Cream surely can't be watching this with happy eyes right now. He can see that his man is in trouble with his fuel and has absolutely nothing to say about it. Every single other driver in the field is positive on fuel except Destroyer Drac. Angie starting to drop away from R-Web. R-Web is supremely faster at this stage, but the DRS effect is going to drag him back in range from 9/10 to 6 to 5, and out of that chicane he's going to get another opportunity. I hope it's just visuals. Famous last words. Destroyer Drac is bleeding time. The gap's now up to 3.6 seconds. Sefa passes Oliver, as now it's up to P7, and next man on the road to pass will be Hessam. He's unlikely to catch him before the end of the race, but he is likely to get him anyway because of all those time pens. Oh, come on! No! Why? This is so unfair. Get back here! Stop using your phone as a mobile hotspot! Anyway, Angie now going for that same move on R-Web, and Angie into the corner, racing him rough, racing him hard, racing him fair, and getting the move done. But who has DRS? Also Angie still, and Angie is now taking DRS. R-Web takes a slipstream, but it's pretty clear that the DRS is way more powerful than a slipstream, and Angie surges clear, and neither of them are in any position to catch Trixie at the moment. And if Trixie wins this race, let's see what his championship situation is going to be. It is going to be... Trixie is going to be champion, actually. Yep, Trixie's going to claim the title, so I probably should have factored that in before this race. Yep, if Trixie wins, yeah, if he is champ, so I probably should have figured that out a little bit earlier. But now we know, and we educate ourselves, and we educate the audience. So, let's look. Controller drift. Look at this, I'm trying to change it, and it's just stick drifting. Okay, now, position gains. Trixie started from P3, Angie started from P4, so we can just ride on board with R-Web. He's racing Angie hard, and he gets that move done again. It's anyone's game for who's going to finish second here, but depends if Angie gets a pen, so. Right. Who are we looking for? Is Destroy Drac okay on fuel? Nope. No, he is not. Let's see at the end of the race if he runs out. Angie is out of DRS of R-Web! That's big news! As Arweb still has better mediums, so it's going to be very tough for Angie now. And Arweb firmly in this fight. Lemon in the wall. He reset to track. This is depressing. And yeah, I don't even feel like giving him a pen, honestly. I don't care. He's La. At this point, it's just sympathy, you know. I'm not even gonna report it, man. Someone would have to be really heartless to report a Sauber in last place. Texan, more pens. Ow! This hurts. It hurts to watch. Now. Oh, Arweb's closing. Lemon out of the session. You didn't want to cause the safety car down a lap. I think you would have been classified if you carried for like 1-2 more laps, but fair enough. Yeah. It's a rough day at your home race. I can see that. Sorry to see what happened. Well, one more round in Austria, and then we got a little break before the next season. And you are in the staff, you are a comm staff, so we're going to be putting out the calendar votes pretty shortly. So to start voting on what tracks we want on the calendar next season. You couldn't continue out where you are currently, yeah. Makes sense. It's a bit of a rough patch for you, but I saw in season 3 you were a pretty good driver. I think I have to check the standings just to make sure I'm not mocking you by accident. You were P10, 58 points. That's all right over a season. Like, that's a solid midfield driver, and I think you are capable of that. But yeah. This game is a bit hard to adjust to. You'll be in chat, sorry for causing a mess with your driving. It's okay. No worries. You turned up, you gave it your all. And in the end, not all races work out. Yep, see you soon. You do have more points. Let's see. You have 60. Angie now trying to go around the outside of Arweb. They're racing each other to the limits, and Arweb stays ahead. And they are now buying Trixie a free pass out of any possible confrontation for the lead, because I feel like maybe they could have worked. Oh, what? Fexen's out? What? When? Oh, no. Oh, no. When did Fexen be out? Hey, what? How did Hassam get disqualified? The hell's going on in the late stages of the race? Last corner bottle. Oh, and why did Hassam get disqualified? Oh, for fuck's sake. 8 cars are set to finish now. When did Phoenix DNF? No, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? But now whoever finishes has some pretty good points. Pens, too many. Oh my god, no way! He got enough pens to be disqualified! How is that even possible? How? I don't get it! I can't believe it, what I'm seeing. Oh my god, I can't hold this. Right. Now, Looking penultimate lap of the race. This is the battle for second place. R-Web will get the rear wing open. Maybe he has time pens he can remove. Angie might not even defend it. He won't. R-Web gets past. But R-Web is being very wasteful here. He's wasting his battery knowing that Angie is just going to fight him on the final lap again. Nice job by a team. Heartbreak. Deserved. Yeah. Now. Now, as we look to the last laps, Trixie is massively slow actually, 1.6 seconds the gap. A destroyed Drax out of fuel! I told you this would happen! He's going slow! A destroyer Drac now coasting! I told you this would happen! I told you since like lap 3 that he's in trouble with his fuel, as now R-Web has let Angie through! Is he stupid? Does he not know where... Oh, he's out... Is he out of fuel as well? No? Is he? Is it both? Is it R-Web as well? Is he out? Is this fuel done for? What is he doing? By the way, crossing the line to win, it's Trixie. I'm totally confused by what I've witnessed here. Angie chasing him to the line. As Destroy Drac is slow. Oliver is getting past. And I think Sepha might be able to take a free podium out of this. What the hell is going on here? And Sepha's almost bottled it. What the hell? R-Web is still slow. R-Web is slow. And Sepha finishes third. Oliver finishes third. What? What am I watching? Holy hell, what has happened at the end of this race? Holy hell, what is going on here? What the hell has happened? Destroyer Drac and R-Web have both just dropped out of contention. Only 8 finishes, but what the hell was that? What the hell? Well, there you have it. And what the hell was that at the end of the race? Expected a safety car, never happened. Oh, poor you. Oh, bless you. Oh. Wow, I knew that was gonna... You just knew that was gonna happen. That was funny. Right. Now, let's get this with pens, without pens graphic up just to make K5 happy. Well, Fexen classified as 4 laps down, so he will get his points at least. Now. Right. Jesus fuck, we're reading an entire novel here. Jesus. And we're still not done. Now we're done. How's he got 3 track limits pens on the last lap? Can't believe what I've witnessed here. That was a fucking crazy ending. Well, that was an upset. Trixie is our champion of Season 4. Angie, P2. Very composed drive there. An unlikely podium from Oliver. So, a lot of good things from that race. The incidents pages are going to fly open and, well, let's see what happens from there. But, What a crazy race that was. Well, stream over. See ya.